Hi guys. Everybody wants to save money, and I can tell you how. As a certified master gardener and professional landscaper, I have years of experience and research that I can share skills with you. It's the end of winter, we're getting into spring. The weather's beautiful, everybody's had a lot of cabin fever and ready to get outside, get in the sunshine. Gardening is a perfect, healthy way to get outside, and also I can share with you some ways that you can save money by making plants from existing plants in your landscape or garden and save a little bit. Our time is short today, so I'm going to move right on with the demonstration. We're going to do some cuttings. We're also going to do some layering and some division today. The first one with cuttings, I think we're going to trim these really long shoots here. I'm just going to do a couple just for the sake of an example for you. And while I'm working on this, I'm going to be removing the leaves so that the roots will be coming right out in the same spot where the leaves have been removed. But I want to share some statistics with you while I'm doing this. According to the National Gardening Association, in 2010, over 80 million people in the last 5 years have tackled a do-it-yourself project, one or more of those inside or outside do-it-yourself projects within the last 5 years. That's a lot of people. 3 out of 4 U.S. households. In addition to that, 46 million people have grown their own foodstuffs. That's a 20% increase over the previous year. That's fantastic, isn't it? Okay, so I've accomplished this. The ivy is all trimmed, placed in the jar of water. I'm going to put this on the windowsill in the kitchen, and it's going to root out. You're going to have new ivy plants in no time. We can also do something with cuttings in soil. I've got this beautiful succulent plant, the calancho. I'm going to take this long stem here. I'm going to trim that down, and you see there's plenty of place for the roots to come out. Bring it over here to this planter and make a little place where there's a blank spot, and just stick it right in there, and it will root in no time, fill in, and be beautiful for summertime. How easy was that? Let's move right on to the next process. I want to show you some layering. Layering works really well with some of that foodstuffs we were talking about, fruits and berries, as well as woody ornamental shrubs. Like this is a hydrangea. It's not looking like much at the end of the winter because it's basically just the stems, but by the summertime it's going to be full, lush, covered with leaves and beautiful flowers. Fantastic. What I want to share with you on this one, this is for those folks that really like to know what they're, show off that they know what they're doing in the garden and not really have to do much work at all. Basically the plant does all the work. The way this works, we're going to choose this branch here as a perfect candidate because it's already leaning down and kind of telling us that this is a great one to root in. All we do is we scratch a little bit at the bottom of the stem and make a spot close to the soil for it to kind of nestle into. Take something heavy like this little brick that I found, weight it down, and in no time at all, that baby plant is going to be rooted in here. You come along, trim it away from the mother, plant it where you like in the yard, and you'll have a brand new plant. That hydrangea is going to be beautiful in summertime. Let's see, let's move on to the next process. We're going to show you some division next, and it's not nearly as hard as division was for me when I was taking math class. So this is going to be a lot easier. This process, we've got a beautiful sweet flag right here. This one is a nice foliage plant. This process works really well with foliage and flowering perennial plants, those kinds that grow by clumps. So that's always a good way to increase your plants. That maybe something heirloom plant that was at your grandma's house, something you want to get from your neighbors. Dig it up, split it apart like that. And our friends, the experts at Fine Gardening Magazine, specifically issue number 97, I did some reading about this, and they pointed out to me that plants triple and quadruple per season. So that reminds me that I wanted to share with you, don't just make 2 plants out of one, or else you'll be doing it again next year. I think you should make 3, or why not even go ahead and break it down, make 4 plants out of that one plant. Fantastic. Good way to save some money. I think that if you, like me, like to save money, and you want to go ahead and spend some time in the garden this spring, I hope I've done a good job of showing you these 3 processes. We learned how to do things with cuttings. We learned how to do things with layering. And we learned how to make new plants with division. I hope that you have a very great spring, and thanks for sharing the day with me. Bye.